All right, let's open her up. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, this is brand new. Okay, hold on. Let me set up my stuff. Okay. We'll get this back on. Ow. Okay. Huh. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Now, we've been telling the truth on this part the entire time, so we're going to continue doing so. I don't know if it matters that much, but they've made comments about the time every time. I think I'm going to go middle. Because it's barely visible, but I want it to be so dark you can't see anything. So we'll go there. Please adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. Until the dog and cat are friends. Oh, look it! Aww. They're friends. Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. These are getting interesting. Oh, what the hell? Oh, wingdings. There it is. Okay. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. I don't... Which of the two made-up words below is most appealing to you? Occuboinkle, Scrumtush. I don't know if that's supposed to be Scrumtush or Scrumtush, but I'm going to go with Scrumtush. Oh yeah, 100%. 100% Scrumtush. Please don't adjust the slider. Oh, decisions. Do we adjust the slider? Do we do it? I've been following the rules, like, for so long, but the slide, like, I feel like I have to. Let's adjust the slider. We're bad. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yes. What is time anyway? No. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Help. No. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. Okay. That's the game, guys. All right, we're done. Everybody go home. We're finished here. Okay. Begin the game. We did it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Yes, he was.
Employee number 427's job was simple.
So simple.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them.
I'm curious.
And in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
That sequence that it shows you, I'm really curious if pressing that does something.
Others might have considered it solely.
I would have to go back and find out, but I don't know.
Moment that the orders came in,
I'm not sure.
as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Stanley.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company
Animals.
had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Very clearly
Shocked,
wrong.
frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. So
All
we're
of his
back
coworkers were
into the
gone.
office.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right, so we're going right back through the whole go to the meeting room
No matter
thing.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his coworkers.
Dog the Last Airbender, hello. Alright, turn you off. I don't see anything around here. I mean, we've tried. God bless you. What? Can I get on the chair? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm on the desk. Ooh. Ooh. Parkour. Parkour. I forgot that you could crouch.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office.
Damn
but
right
it
I did,
didn't make a
'cause
single
I'm Stanley.
difference,
Ho!
Nor did it advance the story in any way. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Bro, are you kidding me right now?
Now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yeah,
Why
great.
don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
A little bit. Oh. Am I sick of this gag? I mean, no. I like this gag.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
I don't know.
Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens.
Do you get paid by the word?
Oh my. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Are you kidding? So this is it. I bet that nothing else happens. I can almost guarantee that nothing else happens. Thank you. Okay. I guess we restart. Okay, well, I mean, I kind of have to do it now.
All of his co-workers were gone.
All right.
What could it mean?
Give me back on the chair.
Stanley decided to go to the
Give me the
meeting
computer.
room.
We're
Perhaps
going back
he had
out.
simply missed a memo. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
It's all been a
He
ploy.
then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these
Bro,
points
he is
and
such
so
a
many
troll.
more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
A song?
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Yes. Well, that's just lovely. Oh, how nice. Okay. Bro, what the hell is going on? By the way, I just noticed, is the chat overlay not working right now, or is it? No, it's not. What the hell is going on? I just realized that wasn't working. Let's see. I had no clue that that was being goofy. Okay, let's try it again. I think my chat overlay just decided to stop working. I don't think it was on during Faz either. Yeah, I didn't notice. I didn't look over. Which is very, very interesting. Because there's nothing above it, and it all should work absolutely fine. Okay, let me look at that real quick before we keep going. Because I like having chat there. All right, streaming tools, my overlays. Let us see. What is causing the problem? Why is chat not showing up? All right, gonna have to run some tests here or something, I guess. Oh, what the hell? That showed up. Test. Testing. I guess it just decided, like, why not? All right, well, it works now. Okay. So I don't think there's any escape.
Where are you?
Irish! Hi, friend. Okay, I need to stop the music so I can actually hear you. You just did slash me. Oh my gosh. Red alert, the wolf pack has just beamed down. Hi, Irish. How are you, friend? Sorry that we couldn't continue playing frickin' Phasmo. So annoying that stuff just keeps like crashing. I don't know what the hell's going on. I gotta figure it out. But what'd you do for the rest of the stream? Did you just talk and chill? We decided to move over to the Stanley Parables. The Parables of the Stanley. Hold, please. Avoiding. What will we do? I needed to call it. Pain is back. Played some solo runs with a spicy gin. Oh my gosh. Voidings, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Well, I'm glad we got to stream for as much as we did there, friendo. I know it's super freaking stupid that that keeps happening though. Okay. For those of you that just came in with Irish, welcome. We are playing Stanley Parable. This was really fun. We played it the other night, not too long ago. Now there's like a lot of other stuff that can happen in the game and we haven't even experienced it yet. So that's what we're doing right now is we're figuring we play some more and try and see if we can get some more endings, make some other stuff happens. I don't know. But we're off
All of
to
his
the runnings.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
All right. Ah, yes. Our bucket. Our bucket. Oh, the awaiting input thing is back again. All right, so the question is, do we take the bucket or do we leave the bucket? Decisions. I feel like we need it.
Not everyone is so lucky.
It makes
to
me
have
feel
a bucket,
safe.
But Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky.
Makes me feel very safe. We're going to take the bucket with us. And we're presented with the option
clutched
again.
the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I don't feel like I should. I think like left is not the option. I think I want to go right again. We're going to go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
It's the employee lounge. Of course it's the place to be.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Yeah.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Okay. So if we go left and all the way through this little cut-through area
And so
here.
the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the
Oh.
opposite door.
Oh, well, I guess we made a decision. Okay. So if I go through this door, it's going to take us back to where we would have gone if we would have gone left. Or we go that way. We go that way. I don't remember what's down here.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What is this? We care about you, Stanley?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Bucket!
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
So... So, did I just get a sit down by baby cardboard, the mannequin, my computer, the broom closet, and the fern? Oh, I'm sorry, and the pencil sharpener. Thank you for being here, I appreciate it. We remember what happened to baby, don't we? Sorry. I should apologize to you. My bad. My bad. Left and right door. I don't know what that table is. Monitors. Oh, we can go. We can still go in the broom freaking closet. Can't do anything. Okay. Nice little fire they got going here. Remember when we were told to remember the fern? Okay, that's a no-go. That's just not gonna happen. So we have to follow the adventure line. We don't have a choice. I don't think. Yeah.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Whee!
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then.
Classic
Let's do it
drugs
for the
and
fans,
hookers.
Stanley. Let's give them more content
Classic.
exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Give up what? What, do you make me leave the bucket behind again? I'm not leaving my bucket. Make that very clear. Bucket is coming with. Bucket is coming with. I don't care what they say. Bucket's go.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm
doesn't look
very
good.
proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True,
no.
it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
They
Surely
want me
you
to
don't need
destroy
spell
the
it out for
bucket.
you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
What do I do?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket.
I can't give it the
Destroying
bucket.
buckets
I can't
is
do
all
it.
it knows.
No.
That is its singular
No.
personality trait.
No.
Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable
How do I turn it
characters?
off?
Well, you
No.
see, if you were to really explore the Bucket
No.
Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity
Well, this looks
and
important.
nuance
How do I
that
turn
it's
this off?
really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about?
Uh-oh.
The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder
Uh-oh.
what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise
Uh-oh.
the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the
Go to
fans,
hell, Bucket
Stanley.
Destroyer.
Give the fans what they want.
No.
Hurry and...
Uh-oh. Did I just die?
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were
Goodbye,
here,
new friend.
you were magnificent.
So, drugs and hookers? All right, we're back here. Again, of course.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
So
decided
now the
to go to
question is, do
meeting.
I have to
Perhaps he
go
had
do
simply
the
missed a
bucket?
memo.
Like, do I have to go get rid of the bucket? Is it like a must? Ooh. Nice, another input. There's got to be like another option. Okay, you can only input once. That makes sense. Do I? Okay.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket so magnificent.
Oh,
Stanley
yes,
checked his
magnificent,
ego
yes,
and then
yes.
proceeded onward.
What if I just sit here? If I just sit here, will he get pissed and say something? Probably not.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. I'll bite. Let's go left. Gotta figure out what options I haven't done yet. What things I haven't done. There's gotta be other things. I mean, you saw us get out the
Still no
damn
one was
window.
here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Oh. Okay. These are all the same. Nothing has changed on our boards. Pretty funny still. Okay. Broom closet.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas,
Give me
no
more stickers. I want them in or around my life. Gimme. No, you cannot put the bucket on your head. I don't think so.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
You know, I could. Or I can go down here. Why is that so bright white? What the hell does that say? I don't know. It's really hard to make out. I'll try and make it out later. I have no idea. It's very, very, very hard to read. Very hard to read.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. "Am I crazy?" he asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times.
Come on,
such
bucket,
as these.
answer me.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. "Oh, gracious," he exclaimed. "Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it." Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him. "Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket." Could he truly be?
No.
He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket. "Come to me, Stanley. Find me."
Bucket, where are you?
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then
Where's my
suddenly,
bucket?
He froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything.
Dude, this narration
Heck yes,
had to
she
have
thought
taken like
herself,
a year.
My life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Goodness gracious. And we're back. Okay, so...
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned?
That's different.
He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
So, I don't... Yeah, that is new. He has not said that yet. Okay. We do not see the input computer here, so it's definitely somewhere we gotta go find. With or without... I feel like we need the bucket again.
Cradled the bucket in a gentle embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive.
It's gonna be useful again. I just need to figure out where.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. If we go to the left, basically the other option would be to go up to the boss's office. If we go to the right, we could go straight through. We could go straight through to where that lift is, and then we could jump off, or we could go straight across. There's a lot of options on that one too. What's up, J-Master? So if I go left and we go boss's office, that's going to take us back to the mind control thing. Let's go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Nope.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him. telling him
Double
that
dip.
the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Simply.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
The bucket was wrong.
Stanley took the door on
All
his
right,
left
so last
to
time
go
we went
back
that
to
way
the
and we
meeting
went
room.
down. This time, we're going to go straight through. All right.
No, said the bucket.
No.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay. So I could go down there. I could go all the way down. But I've been down there before, and if I remember correctly, no door was open. You could walk out to that, like you could basically, you could walk out door B, but there was nothing there. Like you literally couldn't do anything. Unless there's a way to get around to do something else. There's nothing open there, and I don't think I can actually even get there. I don't think that's even possible. Just trying to weigh all our options. Trying to weigh all of our options. Okay.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question
can't
why
take the
or
bucket
how
that
this
way.
bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course.
There's
because
literally a
buckets
sign
can't
that says you
talk.
can't take the
But
bucket that way,
Stanley
so we're
chose
gonna
not
ride
to
it.
think
We're gonna
about
ride
this
it all the way
obvious
through.
fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Hey, Uptown. Into the stock room. Okay. That's very dark. Is there anything else in here before I go through that dark frickin' room that's probably gonna lead to nothingness? Jesus.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
Should I let it ring or should I pick it up? I'm gonna let it ring. Unless it rings forever. We've done this before. We did it and we pulled out the plug. Because I think if you answer the phone, I think it's not good. Let's try it anyway.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Is this my apartment? Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Press U to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable reassurance bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Oh, I can't press that anymore. Bucket. Press B to take me back home with you. Okay.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an
beige
inanimate
pages.
metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
This is getting deep. We just keep going back and forth to fro work. Okay.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
That we know of. Don't listen to the loud man. Press B for us to go back home. What if I take bucket and go back this way? Can we do anything over here, bucket? I feel like if I go out the window, it's gonna like reset everything. And I don't want to do that. Oh. Oh, they made it so you can't look. I'm going through the chair. Literally through it. Oh, okay. Let's go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Bro, this is being set up like a horror movie. Press L to ignore anyone in your life except for me. Okay.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
It does, he's right. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press G to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press V to relive this same day with me over and over. Trying to forcefully do Groundhog's Day? I don't think we have a choice. I think that's the life that we chose.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's
Bro, how are they going to set it up like a murder scene?
Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Literally setting up like a murder scene, bro. Hold on. That could actually make a really good. That could make a really good thumbnail. That right there might be the next thumbnail for the next video. I don't know. I don't know. I'm uncertain. Press N to go home, to work, to home, to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
I don't think it meant that kind of liquid. Why does the clock say 13?
Stanley, give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it.
Close your eyes. Go back to work, Stanley. What is happening right now? What?
Stanley knew the office layout like the back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others, wherever they were. Just a matter of time.
Oh my god, Dean, you're like diving in. UBXBLGVN. Try entering on computer? I don't think there's anywhere I can enter that, but damn, dude. Maybe, oh my god, Drew. Okay. Is the bucket still here? It's still here.
Stanley's bucket, the only co-worker he would ever truly need.
I kind of want to try to make the same stuff happen that just happened. Not for any particular reason.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, so to do what we just did... Do I try to make the same thing happen again, or do we try to make something different happen? That's the real question. Poop bucket game. I don't think that they have that here. I don't think they have a poop bucket game. Okay, if we go...
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
I feel like he was trying to separate me and the bucket.
Employee lounge was simply the place to be.
This is all the same.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left
okay,
to go back to
this
the
last
meeting room.
time when all that stuff just happened, they say insanity is trying the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different outcome. The question is, are you willing to go insane for this bucket? The real question is the bucket ready to go insane for me?
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top.
Okay.
There's something up there I need you to do.
We're gonna
Stanley
try it
did
again.
not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him.
Let's do the
It should have
let's do
alarmed
the
him,
same
of
thing
course,
again.
because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yep. Drew, it's so good.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Why give me that as an option? Why is this a thing? I have trust issues. I'm gonna back up so I can still see the light. Okay. This is just a room. My bucket. Oh, you bastard.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders.
Okay.
Whatever Stanley
I
is
think
hearing
this is
the
going to be
bucket
the
say
same
to him
outcome
is
as it was
just in
before.
his head.
I think.
Lately,
take me
I've
back
been
home.
concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
I'm trying to recognize
Well,
the
I'll try
narration.
anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else. You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket.
Okay,
You know,
I think this is
once upon
the
a time,
same.
it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about
Wait,
is
was
this
the bucket
awful
here before?
bucket, this stupid hunk of metal. It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it. Yes, I suppose on closer inspection,
Yeah,
it
it's
doesn't
the
quite...
same. Okay, it's the same. We don't waste too much time. We'll start over.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries?
I remember that was the
Did something
phone
crucial happen while my
that we
senses
just
were
saw.
turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Okay.
Is Stanley
Let's take the bucket
without
again.
the bucket really Stanley at all? No. No, surely not.
This time we'll go
Stanley
left.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I tried 420 before it wouldn't open. I try all these doors. You never know. Something might pop up. Oh. Does that mean it? Oh, okay. I'm just shocked I was allowed to, like...
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we...
Thank you,
Coming to a
Dean.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
We'll go to the
office.
boss's office this time. Remember the toilet here. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. I can't put the bucket down. I can't place it down.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
Is it-
to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
I remember the code.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
The bucket was guiding him. Oh, it only let me press. Down we go.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Ah, yes.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him,
Thank you,
reassuring
bucket.
that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
What a great little bucket. So, I don't know what this means. This has to mean something. I don't know what.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
I'm gonna take the bucket to the escape route.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point,
Full send.
Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
That's correct. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
Uh-oh.
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what
Thank
use
you,
is
Dahlia.
a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious bucket to behold.
What? Thank you, Chinggis. My God, the bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. What? You are standing. Okay, we'll read this. You are standing at the precipice of knowledge. Much like a bucket itself, the human mind is frequently empty within, a cavernous void. But through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and substantiated. Knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge we really have. Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind that may be challenging about the information in the exhibit? Will you change the lives of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit, or will you turn a blind eye, continue to live as you were, in ignorance and darkness? That's deep. That is deep.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
As it just ascends to the heavens. Did it stop? Okay, it stopped up there. Okay. Oh my God. 25 buckets. A photograph of 25 buckets, the greatest number of buckets ever captured on camera. The photographer experienced catatonic shock for several weeks as a result of the euphoria from exposure to this many buckets all at once. So this is apparently 25 buckets. I'm no math wizard here. Something seems off. A bucket with 2 handles. This bucket is depicted as having 2 handles. Such a design has never been created in real life, having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experimental. Every year, dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Oh my God. Okay, I kind of want a 2-handle bucket. I kind of want a 2-handle bucket. Someone buy me one. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which in the medieval era was so powerfully alluring that it drove dozens of nations to war with one another for control of it. Billions died, and yet in spite of it all, the simple fact remains, no one can control a bucket. I don't know what I just heard. The stress bucket. An analogy. Worrying, negative, forecasting, negative thinking, lack of reassurance. Vulnerability, size, and strength of the bucket. Coping strategies equals holes. Rest and relaxation. Doing something you enjoy. Rest and relaxation. Stress equals the level of water in the bucket. Okay, I see what they're saying. Presented without commentary. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to talk. My bad. Now this. Oh. Look at the drawing. While we know that buckets predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of the practical uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. So this is the bucket allowing itself to be used.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Why is that blue? I want it. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet more that is always out of reach. This distance, inevitably, is for our own good. I feel like I need to try and jump to the bucket. I got it?
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements. If only we let Stanley die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
I feel like I should restart the game. I feel like if I resume the game, Stanley's gonna die. I feel like if I restart it, Stanley gets the bucket. We're gonna let it happen. What did we do?
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
That's very new narration. Thank you, Doodlebutt. Appreciate the lurk, friend. Okay. again.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them.
We're good. I hate that I can't go in some of these doors.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. So we saw that that one was very, very different. So what have we not done with the bucket? We're gonna go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket.
So if you
calling
remember
to him,
when we went
telling
straight
him
and we
that
went on
employee lounge
the
was
thing to
simply
go
the
up
place to
or
be.
whatever.
And here it
The
was.
lift?
Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
No.
Oh, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
So this time
Stanley
we're gonna
took the door
fall
on his
down.
left to go back to the meeting room,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go
Don't
somewhere
go to
else.
the meeting
The
room.
cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Up. Almost got stuck. All right. So if we go down here, what's in the vent? I don't think I've been here with the bucket before. Now, if you remember, this was these are the narrator's tapes. Look. Narrator dialogue. But we did not have the bucket the last time we were here.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down
I mean, you can have it, I guess.
doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure?
I can't.
I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Hey, what's up, Coach Osama?
Jeffrey Bezos.
Coach Osama, thank you for the prime sub, friend. Appreciate you. Oh no, not him. The switch on the player was in the reverse position? Yeah, I saw that too. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
All right, so we're
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
back to this again. I don't know what the hell he was just talking about. It didn't sound good though, whatever the heck that was. Trying to get to the start of it all. I mean, really, there's like just a crap ton of endings and you're trying to figure all of them out.
What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's find out. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and
went to
entered
the
the
door
on his
on his
left.
right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
So you
telling
can't
him
jump,
that the
you can't
employee
climb.
lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley
go
took the
straight
door on
again.
his left to go back to the meeting room.
No. No.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting
Don't
room.
go to the meeting
somewhere
room.
else. The cargo lift, yes. Go
Alright,
there. Go to the
so-
cargo lift.
This past time. Oh. This past time. Yeah, the door's locked behind you, so you can't go that far. This is where we just were. We just did that. Now, down there. Good night, Dahlia. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you for the lurk, friendo. So that door is open over there. There's nowhere else to go from here. You get to here and that's it. Like you are where you are.
We gotta turn off the car. Turn off the car. We gotta turn off the car. Turn off the car. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. We gotta turn off the car. Turn off the car. We gotta turn off the car. Turn off the car. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn
I'm
it
pretty
off.
sure I can fall
Turn
off.
it
I don't know
off.
about dead, but we'll see. Thank you, Miss Kitty. Here we go. Wee.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
So you can't just drop down. Fun fact. Okay.
All of his co-workers
See, that door
were
shuts.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Sailor. It's literally like it just calls her.
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket.
This is a
And
bucket.
indeed it was.
Going right again.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had
Going
felt
right
the
again.
bucket calling to him,
Miss Kitty,
telling
thank you
him
for more
that
bits,
the
friend.
employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Teleport? Yeah.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind.
No, I'm gonna go
Bucket
down
was
this way. I'm gonna
wrong.
see if we can get down lower.
Stanley took the
I've
door on
gotten
his
down to
left
the floor
to go
before.
back to the meeting room,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room.
Don't
Go
go
somewhere
to the
else.
meeting
The
room.
cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Now, how did I do it before? How did I do it? I've gotten down there before. Maybe it's because I didn't land on one of those guys. I landed on, like, the trucks over there, maybe? I can't remember. I don't think there's a little get down spot from here, and you saw what we just did.
Wow.
Unless it's there.
Wow. Wow.
Graham, thank you for the 5 months. Hype. Thank you, Graham. How was your stream, Mr. Man? Okay. Okay. I feel like we're gonna go Kasplat. I feel like we're gonna go Kasplat. And Kasplat.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked.
We've done that already. Let's start over. Okay. Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Look at the
Stanley
screen.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The end is never.
No matter how
And it
hard
says it on
Stanley
all
looked,
of them?
He couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Look it. Oh, creepy. It was good. How are things going? They're good. Phasma was being stupid earlier. Why do all the screens say the end is never? The end is never. Give me the bucket.
Finally, yes, the bucket. Yes, yes, yes. I love that bucket.
Love that bucket. Miss Kitty, thank you for the 100 biddies. Thank you so much,
Stanley
friend.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Okay. So, if we go to the right, I'm trying to think of our options here to move forward, to progress forward, because there is a way to progress. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's a way to go forward. You can run in Phasmo. Yeah, you can. Yeah. Thank you guys for the subs and the biddies. Thank you for the hype train. Let's go to the right again.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No. I know what I want to do this time.
No,
Said the bucket.
No.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Hey,
The cargo
bits for
lift,
buckets.
yes.
Thank you for the
Good,
100
said
bits.
the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Okay.
Stanley did not question why
got
or
it.
how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't
I'm glad you had a
talk.
good stream,
But Stanley
Graham.
chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced
Fall
that the
off.
bucket
I've done
had
it.
spoken to him, and he
Oh, wait.
unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
You're right. This is the way I want to go. So that door has a sign that says no buckets.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point. Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the
VR
story
Central,
depends
what's up,
on
homie?
your understanding of what is
What's up, Locks?
and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
What's up, brother? How are you? Welcome in.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This
VR
should tell us
Central, thank you for the
everything
100
we'll ever
biddies.
need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Thank you, VR Central, for the biddies. And thank you for the raid. How was your stream, friend? Is this a bucket? No.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Okay.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
3 for 3.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Yo.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot.
You're welcome.
Okay, next one. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Correct. This is a bucket.
How many are there? Oh, God.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Oh, we're 5 for 5. No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
What? Oh,
Okay,
shit.
You and I both know there isn't anything here.
Damn it.
And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something.
This is the first one I got
and
wrong.
Therefore, nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is
There's got to be
nothing?
something if you get them all
Answer me
right.
straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
You wouldn't dare.
What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is
Some
wonderful
twisted
news.
stuff.
We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue.
Everything
but it
is a
doesn't change
bucket.
the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
I'm in danger.
Oh my. VR Central, thank you so freaking much, man. I was playing Population 1 VR Battle Royale with the full haptic suit to feel stuff in the catwalk, so I could physically run in the game. Oh, that's really cool. Time on the clock the same? No, not for me. I mean, it's 12:58 right now. Yeah, that ain't right for me. Blocks VR, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome, welcome. I think we should try and redo that and get every answer correct. There's the one that
Just
you
a
can't.
step through this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
I'm trying to pay attention to the narration if it changes too, which it kind of has. We haven't seen the other input computer yet.
One
bucket.
man, one bucket. One chance to seize their destiny together.
One man, one bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to
No.
his chest and
I go to the
entered.
right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
What if it's a
lounge
paradox?
was simply the place
Nothing's
to
a
be.
bucket, so you delete nothing and everything. So what you have to, because you can't have nothing, but you can't have something, man. It's deep. Sassy, welcome in. Thank
And
you for
here
the
it
follow.
was.
Hi.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well,
No.
no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took
All
the
right,
door on his
our
left
goal
to go back to the meeting room.
Is to get to that room we were just in.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the
Still
meeting
keeping up with
room.
Phasmo?
Go
Oh,
somewhere
absolutely.
else. The
100%.
cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo. Good.
Said the
Thank you,
bucket.
Mr. Yarn, for the
Now ride
host.
the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
What's up, BR? How late am I?
Stanley
I
did
started
not
at
question
8:30.
why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should
A
have
little bit late,
alarmed
but
him,
that's
of
okay.
course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose
yeet.
not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Thank you, Sassy.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It
Okay.
says, no buckets past
Our
this
goal is
point.
to try and get everything
Stanley,
right.
How could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have
Oh, Hawk,
dire
yeah, that's
consequences on the
my main
entire
game is
rest of the
Phasmophobia.
game
Yeah.
if not addressed quickly and properly.
Yep.
So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and
Blame it on
isn't
VR
a
Central? That's
bucket.
acceptable. That's okay.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right. Last time we got one wrong. There was one where it's a trick question, so it doesn't matter which way you answer. I might wait and see if maybe if you don't answer, it just whatever.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Let's try it.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
No, because it is the hologram of a bucket.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket. Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Not technically, it is a 3D printed version of a bucket.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
It's like I just know these things. It's crazy. I don't know how that works. It's crazy.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Sure is.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Okay. No, no, yes. Bring out the tractor.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay,
I love the
next one.
narration. Next.
Is this a bucket?
100%. Right? Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
This is a bucket.
I think the next one is the trick question. If I remember correctly.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
We are not going to answer this one and see what happens. So this is the one that's a trick. So maybe if we don't answer, it'll just be correct. I don't know. We're gonna try that though. We might be forced to answer, and that's okay. It'll just be a trick question and whatever. But we'll let it run for a minute. We'll let it ride for a second, see what happens. Yeah, you can't just walk away. I don't know if they'd make you wait this long, though. If you want to cover the VR stuff, like feeling the game, running it, I'd be happy to give you some stuff to use. Oh, I appreciate that, VR Central. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I hope you have a good night's sleep, brother. We'll talk to you later. I appreciate you bringing your community over here. I don't think this is going to make you wait this long. I feel like this is a you just kind of got to answer it thing. Thank you for the lurk blocks. I feel like you just need to answer this one just out of force. Now they said it's a trick question though.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Thank you, Cal. They did say it's a trick question, so yes or no here doesn't matter. I'm gonna try that this time.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Now
Item-
this one,
Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be
I
around
don't
here
remember what I
somewhere.
answered last time. I think I hit check mark last time, so this time we're gonna hit the X.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well nothing isn't
J-Rock!
a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless, is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes. We remember whenever everything, like the last time, you believe everything is a bucket.
You know what? I'm too confused to even
I should
sort
have
it
said
out.
no. Okay.
I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear
So,
our relationship apart.
All
I
of our
can't have that.
answers
I'm
led
sorry,
us to that,
but I'm going to erase
and it gave us
all
the same
buckets from
outcome,
the
even though we
game
got them all
entirely.
right.
Okay, here we go. What happened?
Okay. We're doing it again. Epic bucket pants.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
We're
it
speeding
mean?
through.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. It's bucket time.
So,
Stanley
all of our
clutched the bucket
answers
tightly
lead
to
us
his
to
chest.
literally
This was
the
not
last
correct way
part.
to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply
See,
the place
we'd
to
say
be.
that no would
And
be
here
like
it
that the
was.
answer
Had
at the end would be the
bucket
same thing,
turned out to be
but we
correct?
don't know
Was it
unless we
a-
actually try.
Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Yeah.
Stanley took the
And
door
no,
on his
Epic, it is
left
not a poop
to
pail.
go back to the meeting room.
J-Rock, I hope you had a great stream, friend.
No,
Said the bucket.
No.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
What if you get everything
The
wrong? It's
cargo
probably gonna be the
lift.
same.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose
This
not
one
to
can.
think about this
Whee!
obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Run.
No,
Run.
stop! Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here? Unless...
Yada,
What if
yada,
the
yada.
problem is that you actually don't
Yada,
know
yada,
what
yada.
is a bucket and what isn't a bucket.
Nothing's a
I
bucket. Does
suppose
that mean that
would
if you get
explain a
rid of
lot about
nothing,
your
you get rid
behavior
of
up to
something?
this
So you get
point,
rid of everything
which,
by getting
if
rid of
that's
something?
true,
But that means
well,
the bucket
my
is something and
goodness.
everything at the same
I
time.
think we have
Paradox,
to do
man. Still
something
getting
about
deeper.
it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for
You got it. The cake is a lie.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you
Bucket.
is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This
So,
should tell us
no,
everything we'll ever need to know
no,
about what
yes.
is or is not
See
a
ya, Hawk.
bucket. Okay, let's begin.
So it's no, no, yes.
Item 1.
No,
Is
yes.
this a
Trick
bucket?
question.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Bring out the 3D printed bucket.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Nay.
Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Of course. Everybody knows that.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
It is.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
I don't understand why it's on.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket. To be honest, I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme.
As a
I was
gimme.
starting to get concerned.
Such a waste
that
of gas.
Even this might
That's
be
what I'm
too
saying.
much for you.
Why is
Thank
this
you
why
for
is this
not
beast
making
riding
me look
idle
like an
going
idiot.
across the
Okay,
conveyor
next
belt?
one.
It's not even rolling the tires. Look, it's literally on a conveyor belt.
Is this a bucket?
Yep.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Why the heck's the other tractor a bucket? Because it's a bucket.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
Trick question. Doesn't matter.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere. Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket. Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me straight, Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
No.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago, I could answer these questions with
Okay,
confidence.
it's the same ending.
And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself and my...
I had to see. I had to. Hey, I had to check. If I don't check, how am I gonna know?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility?
Then I pressed
He
the
had never
key.
been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to
Partition
himself,
core.
is to wait.
Providing
Nothing will
partitions
hurt
for
me.
56
Nothing
years.
will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited.
I will be happy.
Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Hey, Alexander. Is the serious room still a thing? I don't know.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
If I take Bucket this time, I mean, we've done every option, I think, with Bucket that I know of. I think. You know what we haven't done, I don't think? So, you remember when we went through the blue door?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it
Did we ever
perfectly
actually
well.
go through the red
Perhaps he
door?
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions,
Thank you, Alexander.
it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Don't lie to me.
What? Really?
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Correct.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
100%.
Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on
Been here
your
before.
side. Give me a chance. Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Now, when we went through the blue doors, we went through once, and it presented us the options again. We went through again, and then it gave us the bunch of arrows to go through the red door. Do we listen to the red door right from the beginning, or do we wait till we get like the arrow red doors? I don't know if it makes a difference. I kind of want to do that though. So we go through blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red
So last time
door.
we actually turned around and went through the blue door. Can't go through the white door. So this time we're actually going to go through this red door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices.
I think I've done
the
this
two of us
already.
always trying to get somewhere that isn't here.
I remember the loop.
running and running and running,
Oh, no,
just
I
the way
remember
you're
the
doing
loop.
right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Jesus. He said he just wants it to stop. So what if I just keep going in a circle? You notice how they're both the same door?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
We've been here
If we
before.
just stay
We've done
right
this.
here, right in this moment with
No.
Wait. Where are you going?
Oh, it's
no.
this.
Stay
Oh,
away
we've
from those
been here.
stairs.
We've done
if you
this.
hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
There's not going to be a different outcome. We've done this before.
Good, good. We can't be too safe. Promise me you won't go back there. Just stay here.
Is there any way to walk off the edge or anything? Yes, I have been to Button Heaven. I've inspired you to play this. You should really should. It's really fun. Okay. I feel like we need to restart because I don't think we're gonna get a different outcome on this one. I feel like that's the same. What haven't
Stanley
we
had
done?
never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Does it have to do with the bucket? You'd almost feel like it would have to, right?
It's bucket time.
It's bucket time.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Yes, he did. Ah, God, I got stuck.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss is off. Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Okay, still can't do anything in here. It's like morphin' time. Nope.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
I think there's only 2 options here. I don't think there's a third. You either go down to the office or you go to the boss's office. What are we missing, folks? Poor panda. Not the panda. Have we been in the elevator with the bucket before? Whisper to me and I just don't like it. Does this go until I stop it? Or does it just keep on? I was gonna say, does it just keep going until I actually hit a button? Bro, he's like singing in my ear. That's all this is. Stanley. What in the absolute hell is the point of that? Okay. Good times. Ooh. Input. Input. So maybe that's part of it, finding the input stuff.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Thank you, bucket.
Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew it. The
Okay,
two
I
of
can
them
do
were
nothing.
inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the pin number... But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Did I try? All right. So this takes us back here. Fried a lot of people's brain tonight.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
Come on, bucket. You gotta give me something. Okay, let's go back in.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to
bucket.
Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
I thought there's no way that's it. I wonder if there's another code. I had to try. I don't know how memey they are. I mean, they're pretty damn memey, obviously. It could be nothing. I mean, this literally could just be nothing. It's worth a try. Worth a shot, you know? So we get back into the elevator and it takes us back to either the escape or it takes us to the mind control room.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
Good night, Kay.
A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again? No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
The number 3.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all. Only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection,
Stupid
Stanley
bucket.
returned to the elevator.
I'm following the narration because I'm wondering if it's actually going to lead to something. It could lead to nothing.
Stanley and the bucket were so close.
All right, Blocks.
They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
I don't know what the hell's going on. Didn't say anything that
Stanley and the
time.
bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
We've done escape already.
The lights rose.
right, well,
on
we've
an
been here
enormous
before.
room packed with television screens.
We know what this
What
is.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
We wonder. Next button.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
No, it won't. It's all a lie.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do?
The answer to
in
life
the
is
first
now
place?
3.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
The bucket is my one friend.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls
We
for good.
are going to turn it off this time.
Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
So, actually, the last time that we did this, we didn't have the bucket. I think I'm going to do on again. The last time that we did this, it was literally the first ending that we found. I think I'm going to do the on again. Now, if it's the same outcome, it's going to be literally the exact same thing where there's a countdown, death, destruction, yada, yada, yada. But it might be something else.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen. Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Hey,
Stanley
Covenant!
flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
Just silly birds. What? Okay.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
What do you mean? What is that? Do you hear the noise?
At first, Stanley assumed he...
I thought I found something cool.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Way to make it creepy.
It's bucket
Give me my
time.
bucket.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Give me a sec. 1 second, please. Pause, please. Do-do-ba-do-ba-do-do. Sorry, I need to look something up real quick before we continue. My dearest apologies. Dearest apologies. Okay. Blocks, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Thank you, friend. Let's see.
Stanley just stood there doing nothing at all. He seems to think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything. This is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
Okay. So I guess if you sit there long enough, he does do something. All right, so let's see. Okay, I'm almost ready. Sorry. Almost ready. Sorry. Sorry. Shooby doo 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 Okay. So that's good. That's fine. That's good. Yep, 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 yep. Okay, that should be fine. I was trying to update something through Stream Elements and it was being silly. Do 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 do.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt...
Let's restart. I think we've done this before. Yeah, it's the heaven. Nope, we've been here. Get out. So that input stays the same. Literally just, it's heaven. Oh, but wait a minute though. But this is different.
It's bucket time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Why did that one little hallway look different? Okay. Sure. Literally the one hallway. It's bucket time.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping in...
Wait. Were these all open before? That's the new content door. It's literally letting me go all the way back. This door is open. What is this? Oh, this is new. You are now leaving? Escape pod 760? Okay. What is the point? Why is it making me walk 4 floors? Okay, this part I don't get. Up and up. I believe we have one more to go. Escape pod launch bay. Oh, there's something there.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
The bucket is gone. I sent it away. Uh-oh. Can I join the bucket?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So we triggered it because you notice how like I got stuck on a door. This doesn't open that way. I mean, it doesn't open this way, it opens that way. So it's not like it locks you from behind, it locks from in front. So I literally went like this far enough to make the game trigger it. Maybe. Oh god. Maybe I can't do it this time.
Stepping into his
Jeez,
manager's
that scared
office,
me.
Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Did I break it?
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
Did I break
and
it?
so the boss had assigned him.
I think I almost broke it. The door got like stuck and I don't think it was supposed to. I bet if you go down it's the same thing. Although we could try that too. It's worth a try. Okay. So we're gonna do the exact same thing that we just did. We're gonna do the same thing we just did, just without the bucket. Trace it all the way back. Now we're gonna have to go up the stairs again, I'm assuming. We're now leaving. Can't it just be here? We can't run, so we just have to awkwardly go up all these stairs again. $7.57. Good night, Cal. I'll see you later, brother. Yeah, I'm not gonna be on for too much longer. $7.59. One more to go. Oh, thank you, Cal. Here we are. Escape pod launch bay. Will this take us to our bucket? It did nothing. Interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Man. Okay. I think that's gonna have to be it for that. Oh my god. My brain is getting like drained basically from it. Quit to the menu. It looks the same as it did before. Yeah. Yeah. It looks the same as it did before. It was worth looking at though, because what if it did look different in some way or another, you know? Okay. I feel like there's still a lot to that game that we haven't found yet. Or I don't know. But it is super freaking late. So, I think it's our time. Let's see. Evil Eye. Oh my goodness. Evil Eye, thank you for the raid. Hello. Hungry Tortoise. Oh my word. What's up, Wicked No-No? How are you? Welcome in. Thank you, Evil Eye. I appreciate it. How's it going? It's going well. We were playing Phasmo for a while, and then Phasmo has, for some reason, that and some other games have been kind of crashing on me, and I don't know why. But we switched over to Stanley Parable to play some more of that. So yeah, so here we are. Sorry, 1 second. Trying to update something really quickly. Okay. But thank you guys. Welcome in. I hope that stream went well, Evil Eye. What were you playing? Oh, God of War. How was that? It would have been perfect if there was a bucket behind you. You know, I thought about actually buying a bucket. One day. Yeah. Backwards only Phasmo? Yeah. Whenever we hit our next goal, that'll be the next thing that we have to do. Is we're only allowed to go backwards. So I'll probably unbind W the day we do that. The bucket would never crash on you. Went really well. Great time. Always have enjoyed the God of War franchise. You know, I've never actually played the God of War franchise. There was no kind of hatred or anything. Just never played it. Never played it. I would like to at some point. It definitely seems like it'd be really, really fun. But thank you again, Evil Eye. I'm glad that you had a great stream. We did. I'm just, oh my gosh. I don't know if I could do any more Stanley Parable tonight. So many freaking endings to that game. A lot of chaos. Yeah. We like chaos. Chaos can be good. You have a growing list of games you haven't played as it is. That is very true. Yes. Yeah, if you look, Tortoise, I'm still adding, like, I have a lot to add to this. Is it? Yeah. So if you look at the wish list, you can see the games that I have my eye on that basically when I know that I'm going to play it, I get it. So there's obviously a lot of horror games in there. General Gravy, hello, thank you for the raid. Oh, sorry, smashed my microphone. How are you? Thank you, Gravy. Appreciate you, friend. What are you playing? Katana Zero? Nice. Nice, I'm here twice. The stream's so nice, you're here twice. Thank you, Gravy. I hope you had a great stream. But yeah, Evil Eye. Yeah, there's a lot of franchises that I want to try out. There's some that are console based, like restricted, so I don't have consoles. That's the problem. I have an Xbox, but it's like an Xbox One that I've had forever. My son basically took that away from me. Okay. But it's okay. I didn't really play. I mean, once I got a PC, I didn't really play it anyway, you know? Kids do that? Yes, they do. I'm currently all PS5, saving up to get myself a PC. Nice. Yeah, I was Xbox, and then I saved up to build a PC. So I did the same exact thing. I saved up in like little like increments, and then I bought piece by piece by piece, and then I went to YouTube and figured out how to build one. So I had a couple of friends that helped me along the way, made sure that I kept everything in order. The one that I use now was technically a pre-build, but not really. It was built by someone. But yeah, I'm having issues with freaking games randomly crashing on me, and I need to figure out what in the absolute hail is going on. I realized I need to customize my YouTube channel. Yeah, we don't want shorts on that anymore. There we go. Building my own scares me. Oh, it scared me too. It's the bucket. Someone was playing Paranormal Detective Escape from the 90s. That sounds pretty good. That seemed like that'd be pretty fun. Love the 90s. Me and my friends were looking at freaking arcade machines. Dude. Freaking arcade cabinets. I would love to have arcade cabinets, but they're so expensive. There's no way I'd ever buy one. If you had a bucket in Phasmo, you'd be safe. No, if you had a bucket in Phasmo, you just wouldn't have to go to the bathroom. You've built all your computers? I don't trust myself, to be honest with you. I really don't trust myself building computers. I obviously can do it, but I prefer not to. Why is the short shelf still there when I got rid of it? There we go. Okay, it's gone. Yeah, so basically what I've done with my YouTube is now that I'm posting more, I said this earlier, but like now that I'm posting more long form videos, I don't feel like it's necessary for me to post shorts to my channel anymore. Posting them before was kind of like the in-between, like, okay, I haven't posted a video in a while, but here's a YouTube short and it's more content. But since I'm posting 2 to 3 videos a week, long form, I just don't feel like it's necessary for it to be within the same channel. So those are separated now. So if you never see shorts videos from me, or if you don't see them on my main channel, it's because they're not there anymore. I'm going to start uploading them to a shorts channel. No filler needed. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It is not necessary. But I also feel like it kind of hurts your channel if you do long form. In some sense, because earlier we talked about it and I said about how like you have a lot of subscribers that are there just to see your short videos, so they don't watch your long form. So you have a crap ton of subscribers, but your long videos don't get a lot of views because they're not there for that. Does the same thing? Yeah, I know a lot. Most of the ones that do it are pretty large creators, you know what I mean? Orc Dork, oh my god. Steffi Gaslight, thank you so much for the follow. Eggs on Legs, how are you? Hello, Orc. How you doing, friendo? Thank you so much for the raid. How was Phasmo? I assume it went as well as it could. Mine could have been a little bit better, but it's not too bad. Evil Eyes, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you guys so much for the late love. Oh my god, it's almost 2 a.m. Can someone go like film for me? It's not very exciting. It's actually kind of boring tomorrow, but I just don't want to do it. Oh my. Lynn Silver, hello. Thank you for coming over with the raid. If you guys just came over with Orc Dork, I appreciate you guys coming in. If you don't know who I am, my name is FlashForce. I am a horror variety streamer, sort of leaning a little bit more towards like kind of overall variety, but we still main horror here. I'm a Phasmo streamer for the most part. Lynn, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, this is a bit later than I normally stream. It's just that we were playing Stanley Parable and we were getting into it, and I just wanted to keep playing. Sumasen, thank you for the follow. I probably butchered your name. Nice meeting you. I need to get some sleep. Hope you have a great rest of your stream and night. Thank you so much, Evil Eye. I appreciate you. I hope that you have an amazing night. Get all the sleeps, all of them, and I appreciate you. Nope, said it perfectly. That's like 2 for 2 on names that I was unsure of. What video wise do I have coming up? I think we're gonna try to post another Stanley Parable video on Wednesday. I think that's our plan, and then I might wait to post my next Baby in Yellow video on Friday. We'll see. I don't know. It's so up in the air right now. I'm not completely sure. The last video that I posted was I'm on Observation Duty 5, which that was Banana Man was interesting. Baby in Yellow, we had posted a video about it, but then I never actually posted the video about the White Rabbit update. Don't leave the baby up in the air. No, we put the baby in the oven. But the Baby in Yellow, the White Rabbit update was where you had to escape the baby. So that video is done. It's just waiting to get posted. But yeah, then we have Closing Shift, Amanda the Adventurer, Drive Time Radio. There's a list, and I'm just excited that there is a list, and it's not like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? No, I know what I'm gonna do. It's just a matter of getting it done. Hey, Cosmic Nova. Hope you're having a good time zone. I won't tomorrow morning when I have to leave for work. But I like hanging out and talking, so I don't mind pushing the sleep threshold if I get to hang out with you guys some more. Don't bother me none. This is why man made coffee. And that is why man also made G Fuel. Sorry. Shameless plug. But I love them both. I love coffee and I also love G Fuel. So I drink them both. Rafa. Thank you, Rafa. Let's see. If any of you are here and you're not already a part of my Discord or some of my other social medias and you want to check them out, all the links are there. And then if you guys are not already a part of the Midnight Society and you don't know who we are, please make sure to click on that link and check everything out. It is our stream team. It is horror based. Lots of amazing people, lots of just uplifting, amazing freaking people. And actually, the Midnight Society Discord, how many members are we at now? Like members in the Discord. I think it's at like a little over 400. When we get to 500, it probably is not going to happen, but when we get to over 500 members, we can apply for partner. Moderator. Yes, that's what I call my mods inside of my Discord. Yeah. I just woke up, so I feel that pain. Yeah. I'll be feeling that very, very soon as well. There's Lynn. I'll say hi to Lynn. Welcome, Lynn. But yeah, I put all my updates in there. If you guys want to stay up to date about Twitch or about YouTube or just me in general or the community in general, I obviously am going to post everything in there. Oh my, I want to hang out more. I do, but it is 2 a.m. and I wake up at probably around 6 with my children. So it probably is in the best interest of myself and my wife not wanting to kill me if we find somewhere to go. If you guys did raid recently right here at the end, I really, really appreciate you so much for coming in here with your communities. It does mean the world. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody tonight for the biddies and the subs and the follows and the raids and just everything in general. All interaction, even if you're just here hanging out, typing intermittently, it means a lot because it means that you're here. So thank you guys. We are on a major content push. We're not on like some partner push. We're on a content push. I really want YouTube to take off. but I want it to take off alongside Twitch, so I want both of them to go together. So it's going to be a really, really rough ride, but we're going to make it happen. I'm going to do whatever the hell it takes. I want to be a full-time content creator one day. It's harder for me now because I have a family, I've got kids and a wife and all that stuff, but I still want to do it. Sailor, I love you. I appreciate you, homie. The balancing game. Yeah, it's a lot easier when you don't have all that extra stuff to worry about, because then you can just take the leap. I can't just take the leap. Like, I have people depending on me. So if there's anything, I have an understanding of what it takes. So I just need to get to that point. Yeah. Actual Azza. Ahoy, friend. How are you? But yeah, I think that's the end goal. I know Sailor's kind of working towards the same thing in a manner of speaking. So I absolutely have full faith in her as well. Lord Farquaad's left nut. Thank you for the follow. Where's the right nut? I'm doing great. Azza, how are you doing? I do have the same goals. I know. It was lost in a freak biking accident. I knew it. He should have turned left. Stupid bastard. It's Pingu, by the way. Well, your name isn't Pingu here, so nobody knows you as Pingu when they don't see your name as Pingu. They're great goals to have, though. Yeah, he didn't turn left or right. Yeah, it's having the goal. It's just being realistic with what you can do and what you can't. I think I know some people that are willing to just kind of make that leap, but they don't do it in a very educated way, and they just do it. So when it doesn't work and they're stuck and it comes across on stream and then they stop making content, it's like you can't stop enjoying it to try and make it full time. Like, you need to like it through the entire process. And in the past 3 years of content creation, there's not been a point where I have wanted to stop. Glad you're doing well. I am. I hope that you're doing well too. Oh my God. Lord Farquaad's left nuts making the rounds. Oh, he drove right off a cliff. Oh. Oh my God. Okay. I think it's time for us to go find a friend to go say hi to. So we're going to be live on Wednesday. That's the next time we're going live. I'm going to have a new YouTube video on Wednesday as well. So if you're not already subbed to the YouTube channel and you want to watch some of the content, make sure to check it out there. If you're more of a short form content kind of person and you don't want to go to TikTok, well, I got you covered too, because now I have a shorts channel. I think it's going to be a Stanley Parable video on Wednesday. More than likely. We'll see. If not, it's probably going to be Baby in Yellow. But when it comes to stream on Wednesday, I think I'm going to play a few more indie games. So I've got some lined up. It's kind of just a matter of picking our poison about which ones we want to do. So what I might do is I might pick a few of them and then let you guys help me choose. We'll see, but I'll probably decide tomorrow or something like that. Okay. Let us... Okay. We're gonna go find a friend. I think I saw someone, so we will probably say hi to them. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Oh no, they're not live anymore. Sag. Alright, well let's do it this way then. I have another way. Yes, quite, yes. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. I did see... Basically looking for my little purple triangles to see who was live, and I saw someone was live. Oh wait. You know what? I don't know how I'm not already following him, but we're gonna go raid him because it's his birthday. I've been in his stream before. I don't understand how I'm not following him. That's the part that doesn't make sense. Okay. All right. So we're going to go raid Magaroku. It is his birthday Donathon stream thing, but he's been live for 13 hours. I don't understand how Twitch drops followers sometimes. It doesn't make any sense. Because I sit there and wonder, like, why I haven't seen someone go live in such a long time. And then I realize, like, oh, I'm not following them anymore. I don't know. I thought that I did. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't following before and I'm just stupid. And I go and check out his stream and I'm just not following. I don't know. I could just be dumb. It's okay. Just going to check on him. Well, how about this? I'll take you to him. If you're not subbed and you want to type in a command, there you go. If you are sub, that's for you. And if there's any tier 3s that want to copy and pasta, that's for you. We are going to go raid Magaroku. Thank you guys again for an awesome stream. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you all so much. Epic. He hated Carolina Reaper and had to take some time out of it. Well, that's all right. We're going to send it over so that way we'll be waiting for him when he comes back. Sound good? Make it all worth it. But thank you guys again. You guys are awesome. Thank you so freaking much always for the lovely support. You guys are absolutely amazing. Wednesday, we're going to have a new YouTube video and we're also going to have our stream. So pay attention to YouTube during the day and pay attention to Twitch at night. C4 Gaming. Oh my God, C4. Hi, Wicked No. Oh my word. Skipiter, how are you? Hello. C4, we're literally raiding out. Oh my God. Hi, Wicked No. I hit caps but turned it off. You can hit caps if you're yelling at Epic. She can be pretty loud sometimes. It's okay. We all yell. Especially at her. I too am loud. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you guys again so much. C4, thank you so much for coming in late. I appreciate it. I have been live since 8:30. I need to wake up early, so I have to raid out. But thank you guys. I love you all. I will see you guys on Wednesday. Y'all are the best. See ya.